Hello, kindergartners. Today we're going to keep working with the elements or parts of art. The elements of art are the things you put together to make your art. We used line last week. We used shape, we used color, and we used texture. We'll work on color and texture later. Today and next week we're going to work on shape. We're going to use line and shape to make a picture of a robot. Now I had a lesson that I drew, got ahead of myself. We're going to use shapes. We're going to use a rectangle, a square, and some circles. Without a doubt, you can add triangles if you want to, if you see a place for them in your artwork. So I had this lesson where I drew a robot for you and taught you a bunch of cool things about how I make my robots, and then I watched it and it was way too long. So I'm going to just give you a picture of what I did, a quick description, and then you'll see a how-to video that I didn't do, which will shorten the time, which I like teaching to myself because I know you, and I want to teach you all the cool tricks that I know will help you with your art. But instead, to shorten the time, I'm going to use a video. So we're going to use shape and line to create a picture of a robot on the moon. Now you see the solar, you see back here in space, there's a planet, there's stars, circles obviously, there's the horizon line of the moon, there's craters. A crater is where an asteroid or a rock or another piece of rock hit the moon and made a little explosion and dug that pit. It's called a crater. Then I changed mine around a little bit. Instead of a square, I rounded it off. 2 small rectangles for the arms, I drew those. This was originally a rectangle. I made it a little bit skinnier. I added some hips, you don't have to have those. 2 longer rectangles for the legs, and 2 different shapes for the feet. You'll add all the details later. This is what I used to, in class, I make the kindergartners all these little pieces of paper. And you see where that comes up right there? I cut those out and I have them for you, and you get to move them around and glue them down. Today we obviously can't do that because I can't cut the paper and get it to you, so we have to draw them. Like this. And then add our color as we want, if we want. I like black and white just as much as I like color. Did you know that there were people that actually traveled and explored the moon? They did. They went up there and there was many manned missions that went to the moon, and the astronauts collected moon rocks and dust and brought them back to Earth for us to study. So we're going to add details on our robot. Eyes. You see my simpler hands. He's got a little screen there for maybe that shows his electric power, how much he has. You can tell his legs move and have wrist and arm joints. Maybe he's a worker robot and he has 2 different kinds of hands. Now I know you're looking at a computer right now, so if you can get on Google Images, you can look up robot eyes and get ideas. You can look up robot hands and get ideas. You can look at a picture of a comet and get an idea, and use those as you draw. And, well, he's up there exploring the moon to see if men can actually go to the moon. And how did he get to the moon? These 2 things you can add to your drawing to make it more interesting. On a separate sheet of paper, our robot, and this will be in a challenge video, another video that someone did. We got to the moon in a rocket. So he's up there studying the moon in the rocket. See another planet, stars, there's a black hole, a little walkway in the door, a window, whatever details you want to add, numbers of the spaceship, more craters, and the colors that you want to add. But he quickly finds out that the moon's not inhabitable because behind him is this alien coming to get him. So now he knows, he's going to find out real fast that humans can't go live on the moon. So I drew this out of my imagination. There's a video in the challenge videos for you to watch to copy an alien using the number 16, or you can look up pictures as references and get ideas, or just use your imagination to draw a robot. So we're using line, shape, color if you want it, just black and white if you want it. Come up with an interesting robot with details, an interesting alien, and whatever kind of rocket that you want. Have a good week.